Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a bingo-y-ish looking rack, all bingo-y tiles, but 4 E's. So I'm not seeing a 7, but there could be an 8. And some words end double E or double E-S. If opponent changes, I'll probably throw back 2 or 3 E's. Could there be a 7 here? I don't think so. Okay, so 3 floaters to consider. F. No. O, very unlikely. And then H. No. Okay, so I'm not seeing a bingo. Foe takes an N. I've got one. So I could do een for 15. Or I could do een for 19. I think that's better. And the rack leave, not terrible at all. Yeah, I'm going. Ooh, this also plays under foe. Any preference? I don't think there's much between these placements. Okay, so the bingo has not materialized, but I do have a good scoring tile in the J. I drew no vowels. So I've got jeer on my rack and jeers. F takes an R in front. Can't see a way of landing the J on a big tile. Vid takes an A. I don't have one. Only 16 for opponent, which is good. Opponent takes my R spot for jeer. Def takes a T, so I could play jet. What else is available? I don't think I've got anything through the V. And I certainly want to play off the J since it's non-bingo-y. Is there really nowhere for jeer? I don't think so. Een takes an S, but I think I'd like to preserve it. Wow, jet. Now I also have jester. Does that work anywhere? Don't think so. So let me have a look at jet. Only 20 points, but the rack leave isn't terrible, provided I can dodge the 4 R's. I am going with this. Well, again, I draw no vowels, so that's 6 successive consonants from the bag. And look at this, no floating vowels on the board. Fortunately, I've got 1. Opponent gets 12 points. I was expecting opponent to get value from the J, but given that they haven't, I don't think I can either. Now, just wondering if last turn I had Egypt and teen. I may have done. Oh well. Dean takes S and T. EH takes R. So what about playing Reb for 13? It's not great, but I think it's better than changing. I'd like to play off 1 more consonant, but I'm not seeing where I can do that. So I'm going with this. And one of the purposes of Reb was to open up the right-hand side of the board. I've got an S. Reb takes an S. And vid taking an A keeps the board open, and although I lead, it's not by very much and I don't have a bingo rack. So I'm expecting that there's a good chance I could be behind fairly soon. Through ER, I think I would have orologers. Now I do have an O for going underneath the J. So I could play jaw for all of 20 points. Yeah, wow, both blanks. Gosh, 94 points, double-double. Fantastic play by opponent through a B, which I didn't think was a particularly useful bingo floater. Now, at least the blanks have both gone on the same turn. It reduces opponents' chances of back-to-back bingos or indeed future bingos. So, what about Gruel? 25 points, decent rack leave, and keeping the board open, and not turning over tiles to draw blanks because they've all gone, but there's no value in keeping the O's, or the L or the G particularly, and although the blanks have gone, an A would be useful. I'm going with Gruel. Oh, not good. Okay, so what am I thinking of? Well, Ghoul is good, but that keeps double R. Rubbings may take a D in front for future reference. I could play Igloo, again opening the board up, 21 points. 2 R's have gone. That's 21. Is that really better than J-O-R? This does look quite a hot spot. If a play in row J creates the opportunity of a row K play getting value from the J, but a play straight down creates a hot spot for the X and a lot of other scoring tiles. I minded to open the board up. Igloo for 21. And I draw a solitary vowel, but it is an A. So I have wax, X, and jar. That's nice. If opponents got an A themselves, they may be drawn to the vid hooks. And opponents often play... Oh well, opponent has played through that J spot. But look at this. I've still got the X spot and I preserve the A, so that's good news. The start of the comeback. Wax for 54. And this doesn't look too shabby at all. But no E on my rack. So is there a bingo here? I have morass plus an R. Room as a component part of a word through an L. I trail by 40, but opponent on turn. I've got 2 S's, so I can burn one fairly cheaply. I could play Mors, M-O-R-S, and Jarps. 26 points, 43 for opponent. With that Rubbings front hook. No new floaters. So I was thinking about playing Mors, and I think this is quite nice. The rack leave is good. I'm retaining an A. Providing a floating M. Any play in row N is going to open row O. 26 points. I'm not going to score much more than that with this rack. And I am playing off precisely the tiles I want to play off. I'm going with this. Great. I finally have an E. Surely I am bingoing now. So an Estra and a Sterner are the 7s, neither of which work with, well, let me check that. An Estra has got an A in first and last place. That doesn't work. But a Sterner also has the same. Okay. But there are floaters. Do I have anything with an O? No. How about an L? A Sternal. That doesn't play. S. No. No, I have an Estra and a W and a Sterner and a W in row B. And opponents played. I am bingoing. Fantastic. 28 for opponent. I trail by a bingo. I'm about to bingo. But what's best, because a row B bingo, well, it's going to provide access to 2 triple word squares. Opponent and I may split them. I'd rather provide no hotspots. Anything through AM. Not that I can see. Let me reconsider O. No, and L. It's just a sternal. G and O. No, N and L face value bingo. Ooh, as indeed a row B bingo is. That's disappointing. Anything through the S is face value. P not available. Okay, so let me get this down. An Estra for 64. And plenty of vowels. Through an N, I would have re-insight. O doesn't look useful. What about L? I think it's elicitor, not elicitor. How much damage is opponent going to generate in row A? 3 successive consonants may come to my rescue, and an N under this double letter square. So let me revert to my rack. What about an S? Sericite. That doesn't work. I still trail by 20. Only 1 pointers on my rack. What about N and L? Leanteric. Yeah, that doesn't work. G and O. No. Q. Can't get value from. I don't have an O for XO. With only the C on my rack, I'm looking at the scoring tiles on the board to generate a half-decent score with very slim pickings. What about getting my C tripled? Nope. I will consider row A after opponents played because I am expecting them to play there. Does Sericite have an anagram? Don't think so. 11 minutes on my clock. G is available as a bingo floater. So is A. Okay, so I'm not seeing a bingo with this rack. Is cream good? Well, yes it is. But 5 eyes to come, and cream would leave EIIT on my rack. Hardly propitious for a big score on my following turn. Well, let me have a brief look in row A. So I have Eric. That's quite nice. 37 for opponent. Okay. That's the Eric spot. And I have sight here. 26 points, that's not bad. EIR goes well with L. And it goes well with the C. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do much better than this, so I'm going with sight. What about sticking an R on the end? Well, no, this is the last R. Look at this. All other R's have been played, so I think this is worth keeping. Wow, a lot of vowels, I guess. Not unexpected, given the shortage earlier on in the game. One scoring tile. I still may need a bingo to win this game, given I trail by half a bingo and opponents on turn. So what can I do with the H? Let me first consider bingos. O or any vowel, very unlikely since I have 5. L, no. G, no. S, no. C, no. NL, I have the un prefix, no. GO, no. Okay. So 2 U's to come and the Q's being played. So I'm looking to play off HU. And some vowels, perhaps an E with HUE or HUIA. Let me count the remaining vowels. 16 out of... Oh well, opponents played 45 points. Wow. So I do trail by a bingo. 14 out of 29, so 50-50. So from my humble move of Reb, opponent extracted 90 points for rubbings, 40 odd for wadings, and 40 odd for easy. That's just the way it goes sometimes. I don't want to burn the H. It's a nice tile, good scoring potential, and goes well with the C. However, I feel, given the score differential, I could really benefit from its scoring potential now. So, is this time to use the A hook? 22 points, decent rack leave. Yeah, I could play Hugh in the same spot. I am taking out a bingo lane. So what's left is the Sea of Sight, the Loo floaters, the G and the S, all of which are pretty thin. But as long as there are bingo lanes open, there is hope. And Huey isn't providing an easy 30-odd. Oh, look at this. This is the last A. Let me pause because I do have 8 minutes. I have the last A. I have the last R. How does that change things? What about playing Hugh down here? Amu only takes an S, only one S to come, so it's difficult for opponent to block this without burning the S. Toe takes D, S and Y. Hard for opponent to score well with that unless they have to play off 6 tiles. So obviously if they have a bingo, it's good news for them. But if they don't, this might create a problem for them. I'm going with Hugh. And I have Remini. Oh, look at this. Remini nearly works in row D, A-N-I-E, but K-A-W-E not good. How about the C? Nope. I don't think Toa is good. Not seeing anything with an O. How about an L? No. What about G? 30 odd points for opponent. So I now trail by 90. So, well, Germain doesn't fit, even if it's good, and it may not be good. What about this S? Does Remanese have an anagram? Don't think so. Any extensions of zoo? Not with 7 tiles. So, TA. No, 7 minutes on my clock. Is there really nothing beginning with C? Not that I can see. Let me count the remaining vowels again. 12 out of 24. So I think I play off just M and E, because although A, E, I, N, R is vowel heavy, it's still a very nice 5-letter set. Or I could just drop the M, 24 points. What I don't want to do is spend an age on this because my clock is running down. Yeah, I think it's better to play off 1 vowel. So I have Meg for 20. Was there really nothing with the C? Well, I just didn't see it. Anywhere else for ME, briefly? No? Okay, so Meg for 20. And I draw 2 vowels, O and U. From a D, I would have douanier. So let me consider the floating consonants. And another bingo for opponent, 97 points. Wow, fantastic play. I now trail by 160. And the game is certainly lost. Oh well. So 8 tiles in the bag. This is still a bingo-y rack and a bingo-y board. Opponents created a new lane in row N. There's column 1, there's row D, G, S, L, and O. So I certainly want to play off O and U. There are O's and U's to come. 5 I's as well. Somehow opponent dodged all of those. So where can I play off O and U? No E's to come, so I've now got the last A, the last E, the last R. Only 1 N to come. So it really is very specifically O and U I want to play. Well, why don't I play here? I'm only blocking G and S. Row N is the best bingo lane, followed by column 1 and row D, so I think this is fine. OU for 11. Great, I dodge all of the I's. So I have N trail in row N. That stays available. Fantastic. And it does look like opponent had some of those I's. Now, do I have anything beginning with C? Yes, I do. Here we go. Clarinet for 83. A small amount of respectability. So the bag is now empty. I've got IOY. I've blocked Yogi with OU. Gosh, look at this. The front hook for vid was never taken. 2 of them. Every single A was played elsewhere. And Meg has blocked Yoni through the N of Wadings. Is there really nowhere to go out? I don't think there is. So I'm looking to get value from the Y. Yug is good, so I've got yo and yug. YE is good, but no tiles go in front of a C. Ni is good, so I've got oi, ni, and io. That's pretty decent, will take me over the 400 mark. Opponent's only got the P as a scoring tile. I don't think they have a bingo. So it's G and N, which I can see make 4-letter words with this rack, Yogi and Yoni. And L for oily. Both of those, well, the two L's I can see have both gone. Nice play by opponent, blocking my OY spot. 16 points, keeping double IN. Are they going out with double IN? Possibly. Well, 3 minutes on my clock. I'm not going out, so let me just see if I can get the most I can from the Y. Tay is good, but I can't get that to play twice. I'm just going to go down the board looking for Y spots. 3 minutes, yep, plenty of time. U and Yi are good. Toy is good. Wow, such a dry board for this rack. Well, I have Yo and Yug. 12 points. I have Oi down here for 15. I think that's the most I've seen. Yeah, Defty, not good. 2 minutes on my clock. Am I stuck with the I? T-A-I-O-I? No, I'm not. I'm going with Oi for 15. And let's see if opponent has spotted an out. Nice side through an S. Okay, so they haven't. They've played in and Zune. That's nice. So where's best for my I? T-A-I for 6. Not seeing anything better. IOs for 4. 15. High for 15. And the final score, 414 for me, 490 for opponent, a winning margin of 76 points. So well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. What a drubbings. So here we go. Opponent to go first with the blank. They play foe. Phew, no missed bingo here. Teen for 21, Een for 19. I think Een is better for good tiles rather than 2 and not providing anything great for opponent. Opponent plays Vid. And I5 Jet, that was my play. Wow, nothing better. Opponent now with both blanks. No bingo, plays Vid. And what do I do here? I play Reb, which brought all sorts of issues. Here it is, F9 Reb, keeping GLRS. But what's better? Most of the above plays burn the S. The only one which keeps it keeps BG double RS, which is worse. So I think Reb is fine. Look at this, unpropitious rack for opponent, only one vowel. However, 2 blanks definitely come to the rescue, and opponent finds the top scoring play of rubbings. So I'm now 90 behind. This is where I try Gruel, and as you can see, Ghoul and Gur both good. I5 Jog. Well, I don't like that rack leave. What do I do? I play Igloo for 21, keeping double RS. I think that's fine. Now, a nice rack for opponent. No bingo. Wow, I would have spent a while looking for one. Opponent plays Jarp. And now, I thought my luck was turning. I had 54 points with Wax, retaining an A, an R and an S. And only half a bingo behind. But opponent piles on the points with Wading. And I couldn't find one here. And there is no missed bingo. A14, Orgasm. Retaining an S, that's nice. What do I do? Morse for 26, keeping ARS. I think, although Orgasm is 4 more points, it burns the A, and the A is useful because of this Avid Hook. Is the Avid Hook worth 4 points? Very difficult to put a value on it, but certainly when you trail those sorts of hooks, retaining the tile for them definitely increases volatility, and volatility is your friend when you trail. So I like my play. Now, opponent with the Q, able to get rid of it with 28. And now I have a bingo. So I play an Estra for 64. It looks like A Sterner is not good. I think it's just A Sternal with a sticky L. Santera is the anagram, which I didn't consider. And then Anoestra. Interesting, only 2 points dropped. F14. Oh well, but Anoestra provides access to column 15 triple word plays. The only way I could have avoided creating a dangerous opening would be to play through the second O of Igloo for 59, and that 5-point sacrifice may have been worth taking. Opponent, although there is restrictions in how opponent can score after an Estra, in particular the three successive consonants, there is some hotness in plays beginning vowel consonant. So, wow, A15, Yesk and Wadings. Gosh. So, opponent plays Akka. I have this rack. And I thought about playing Citer, but didn't want to burn the R since it was the last one. So, I go with Sight for 27, and I like that. Opponent now does use this Wading hook for easy. And I'm a long way behind with 5 vowels. So I play Hugh for 25, which doesn't make the hit parade, but from a score perspective, it does. Hegari A14. Oh well, nice fancy play and very fancy score. 13 more points, but keeping 2 vowels with a very vowel, not heavy bag, but an even number of vowels and consonants, which is effectively a vowel heavy bag since the game starts with only about 40% vowels. So what am I left with after Hugh? A-E-I-R. I think A-E-I-R is a lot better than EU, especially on this board with the vid hooks. So I like my play. Opponent burns the Z for 30 points. Wow, there was no bingo here, so no bingo missed. I play Meg for 20. Yeah, keeping a decent 5-letter set, and since I need a bingo to win, and I don't want to expedite the end of the game, I like my play. Look at this. Opponent, when they played Zoo, had a pretty non-bingo rack, but they have just the tiles they need for defects. So that put the game to bed. And all that was left was for me to minimize the losing score. So I play OU because I still think I have bingo prospects with the letters I retain. Opponent with 3 of the 5 eyes plays Pilly, and here it is. Here's my bingo, 83 points. Opponent plays Laup. Why go? Where's that? G12, G, 12. Oh, I go buy and oh no for 17 points. That's nice. What do? I play oi for the same tiles for 2 fewer points. So 2 points left on the table at the end. And opponent goes out with in for 19. So what a game. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Wide open game. We do hit the top left triple word square, which is very rarely hit, certainly in comparison to other triple word squares. But it wasn't to be in terms of losing and winning. And opponent played very well. So some superb bingo spots with rubbings and defects in particular, which sealed the win for them. But some great non-bingo plays as well with wadings and easy. So many congratulations to opponent on their victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.